It's late August in Western PA, which means football season is upon us. Here at North Catholic, where the faith is as strong as the sky is blue, a new era begins under new head coach Chris Rizzo. His intensity needs no superlatives, nor does his expectations.
The expectations is that we just compete daily, that we uphold ourselves as men of North Catholic daily, that we see the standards set forth not only by football players that came before us, coaches that came before us, teachers and students that came before us. We're just trying to uphold a very storied legacy that already exists here. We're trying to further it by winning in Quad A, but living to that standard. They signed on to an extraordinarily high standard when they chose to come to school here. They signed on to an even higher standard when they chose to play football. Daily in your interactions with people, your interactions with teammates and players, living to that standard is all we're looking for.
That high standard was set back in 1939 and is still present in the leaders of this team today.
Be a leader, be a person, not only they can look as to like a great leader and a great teammate, but a great friend as well who cares about them and wants to keep them all focused and push them to be the best versions of themselves they can be.
What I want from this team is just to push each other. And when we push each other, not only in the weight room, but like even like in the halls and so like we see them doing something wrong in school. So like give them a shoulder tap, like, hey, don't do that. We just gotta pick each other up. And that's what I'm looking for this team, just how our brotherhood will continue even through the school.
But leadership is just a part of what makes this team so strong.
Come on, Chip. In, Chip. Push it in first.
The legacy of North Catholic football. All the wins, WPIAL titles, the state title, but then they had a chance to move up in an already competitive WPIAL to 4A.
I mean, the WPIAL is one of the best conferences in the world. You're going against top-notch guys that go to Pitt, Penn State, Ohio State. So playing against those guys always get you prepared to go to a higher level.
With that comes a great challenge, a great expectation. And they didn't necessarily get everything that they could have out of last season. And you can see that, you can hear it when you talk to them, you can see it in the way that they prepare. So, I'm really excited about the way that those guys are attacking our offseason so far.
If we play together, we all stay healthy, have a good culture around here, we'll go far.
Right now, the biggest thing is our culture. We have all the skill in the world. It's just once we figure out and become one with our culture, we'll be able to do so much more and be such a great football team.
North Catholic is just a different kind of culture. It's like so different. It's great playing for Catholic school and everything's centered more around Jesus Christ and our religion, and I love it.
The culture and success of the past brings high expectations for the future.
This place carries extraordinarily high expectations and standards for their coaches, their teachers, their administrators. So there's some nerves there, but it's a competitive nerves. It's not a nervousness to mess up. It's more of a excited anxiety, if I had to put a word to that, because we're really trying to uphold what the standard is here.
It's been something that coach has instilled in his players all offseason.
Okay? I mean it, guys. We got to set the standard for our school. We got to move forward. And guys, the school year opens up with you. It opens up with you guys. Like that first week of school goes by like that. Okay? You got freshmen and sophomores on Monday, junior, seniors on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, all of a sudden the whole school's here. Thursday, we got our Thursday practice team meal, and then all of a sudden Friday, boom, you got your jerseys, and it's game day. Game day. And the school year opens up with you.
I want them to know that what they're doing right now is not easy. I want them to know what they're doing right now, any kid in the world could choose to do. But for us, 58 guys out of our entire school have chosen to do. I want them to know that what they're doing is worth doing because it can absolutely improve and change their life. And I want them to know that it's more than just running, hitting, tackling, sweating, weightlifting. You are building lifelong and forging lifelong connections with people who should be in your life for the remainder of your life.
Within that family, lessons have been learned.
One of the biggest things I've learned here is just to be ready for change, to embrace change. I mean, definitely this year with a whole new coaching staff, a lot of new people coming on. But even before that, I mean, we're always moving around. We don't know where we're practicing, up top, down low, like at the different fields. I mean, we got some weather, we got to move inside. I mean, and it's even the game itself, obviously. You always got to be ready to just hit the ground running and change and just get going. So I think that's definitely something that I've learned from playing.
In football, especially being a coach or an athlete, you have to be patient. It's things that you're learning as you're going through the game. It can be going through a play or teaching a kid a certain type of technique, and somebody may not be getting it, or you may not be understanding it at the time while you're playing.
Although the players pour their blood, sweat, and tears into the field, football to them is more than just a game.
It's been a lifelong journey, a lifelong challenge, just getting better personally, growing personally and as a team.
There's a certain love you have to have for the sport to be able to want to go out every day, put your body on the line.
It's game. I mean, I don't mean to sound cliche, but it's game changing. And the fact that I met some of my best friends in the world playing football. My best man at my wedding was a guy I played college football with. 2 other guys that were in my wedding were high school football friends. It's legitimately game changing and life changing. The camaraderie that you get, the friendships that you make, the connections that you hold deep well past graduation. Football is a life-changing event.
I tell kids now, as you're getting older, you think you're gonna have this life and that life, but life comes at you hard. So it's being patient to get where you want to go. Another thing is hard work. Like you have to. I tell them all the time, you have to work hard. We're out there on the field. I mean, once you're doing football, it goes fast. When you get into the work field, you're gonna have to work hard in whatever you do. They're not gonna want nobody that cheats the grind. Life is a grind, so hard work, being patient is probably the 2 biggest things I'll take from it.
The virtues of football will now need to be put into practice because during the grind of the season, there will be no margin for error.
I mean, the goal is to obviously not lose a game. And then if you do lose a game, to bounce back from that game and come back better next week.
If I wouldn't have a good game or mess up a few plays, I just want to keep building on that, like play after play, drive after drive. So personally, I just want to get better every game and just work up until week 10 and hopefully to the playoffs.
We're going to go out there and try and win every single game that we possibly can. And if at the end of the day we win the game on the final scoreboard, we're going to go back and find out where we lost in quarters 1 through 4, because there's always wins and losses, ebbs and flows throughout the game.
While the 2022 Trojans fell short of the playoffs, this year's team comes refreshed with a new coaching staff, a new vision, and most importantly, a blank slate. And they are ready to hit the field. A new era for North Catholic football begins now.